Are you curious about how this process works? Step one, you need to add a thin or relatively thin layer of acrylic paint all across your gel plate using a brayer. That's this rolly thing. While the acrylic paint is still wet, you're going to lay a laser printed photo on top of it. I'm using 100-gram printer paper. I edited my photo in Photoshop. It's really important that the photo is edited properly in order to transfer well. I'm doing this part in real time so you can see how quickly I pull up the image. I sometimes sneak peek to see whether it's transferring fully and then go back and adjust. If you're using a slightly thicker printer paper, that will help. I have full tutorials on how to edit the photo linked in my bio, all for free. Once the acrylic paint is 100% dry, then you can go in and start doing your reverse painting. The painting may pool in some areas depending on the amount of mineral oil in the plate. If that happens, you can coat that area with some gel medium, which is clear acrylic, and that should stop the pooling. You could also bypass this whole section and just add one color over the entire thing and transfer it onto another sheet of paper. But this is the part that I like because I'm primarily a painter more than a printmaker, and I really enjoy adding the details, the less detailed areas by adding bigger blocks of color and seeing how I can play around with color theory with this. Now this photo is a photo that I took in Naples, Italy, so I'm using some of the colors that are inspired from the city to kind of influence the choices that I make as I apply the paint. I'm trying to let certain areas dry in between as I build up more paint in different areas. Once all those areas are done, I can do my transfer layer. This is the layer that needs to cover the entire gel plate, and this needs to be thick enough to transfer all your layers from below. If you're just doing one thin layer, then this could be very thin. I tend to work a little painterly, so I need to go slightly thicker, and that will also increase the drying time. In the past, I've been using a lot of Bristol, but I've been playing around with this slightly shiny craft paper and liking the results. So I lay that flat. I usually weigh it down with some books and let it sit until it's dry. Drying time depends on the layers. If you're just doing one layer, you can pull it up probably in 5 minutes. Sometimes I have to let them sit overnight. Once it is fully dry, you can pull it off of the plate. I do find that some of the mineral oil leaks into this paper. You can see around the edges, but that does fade over time. And here's the final work.